Hello everyone, welcome to session 6 presentation of unit 6 frequency modulation and demodulation. In this session we discuss about pre-emphasis, de-emphasis, differences between AM and FM. Revision. In session 5 we considered two frequency demodulator circuits. The first one was Foster-Cille discriminator and the second one was ratio detector circuit. The Foster-Cille discriminator circuit operates by considering three different frequency values of the incoming FM wave. When the FM wave frequency is at resonance, the output generated by the discriminator is 0 volt. When the FM wave frequency is above resonance, the output generated is a positive voltage. And when the incoming FM wave frequency is below resonant frequency, then the discriminator generates a negative voltage. The drawback of the Foster-Cille discriminator is that this circuit is sensitive to noise signals. In order to remove the noisy input, we should use a limiter circuit before performing the frequency demodulation operation. Ratio detector circuit also operates by considering three different values of the incoming FM wave. When the incoming FM wave frequency is at resonance, the output generated by the ratio detector is 0 volt. When the input FM wave frequency is above resonance, then the output voltage generated by the ratio detector is a negative voltage. And when the input FM wave frequency is below resonance, then the output voltage generated by the ratio detector is a positive voltage. The output voltage generated by the ratio detector is half of the output voltage that can be generated by the Foster-Cille discriminator circuit. The table of contents for this session include pre-emphasis, de-emphasis, differences between AM and FM, and finally we answer some multiple choice questions. First, we consider the concept of pre-emphasis. In frequency modulation, the effect of noise is very high on high modulating frequencies. It means that if we use high frequency modulating signals which have the frequency in the range from 20 Hz to 15 kHz, then the noise can easily mix with this frequency range. If a noisy modulating signal is used for performing the frequency modulation, then the frequency deviation observed in the generated FM wave will be very less, and also the signal to noise ratio is very less in a noisy modulating signal which is used for performing the frequency modulation. In order to suppress the effects of noise, the pre-emphasis circuit can be used. This pre-emphasis is nothing but it is boosting the amplitudes of high frequency modulating signals before performing the modulation process. It means that the signals which have the frequency in the range 20 Hz to 15 kHz, they should be first amplified before performing the frequency modulation process, so that the effect of noise can be suppressed. If we amplify the signals, then the effect of noise can be reduced. If we use pre-emphasized signals for performing the frequency modulation, then the frequency deviation increases and also the signal to noise ratio will improve. Hence, in pre-emphasis, we consider the modulating signals which have the frequencies in the range 20 Hz up to 15 kHz. We amplify these signals using the pre-emphasis circuit. This amplification is done in order to reduce the effect of noise. The amplified signals can be used to perform the frequency modulation, and this will increase the frequency deviation in the FM wave and also will help to improve the signal to noise ratio in the generated FM wave. Figure 1 shows the pre-emphasis circuit. Here we observe that the high frequency modulating signal, which fall in the range 20 Hz to 15 kHz, is first passed through a RC high pass filter. This RC high pass filter is nothing but it is the pre-emphasis circuit. This pre-emphasis circuit is placed before the FM modulation circuit. This high-pass filter circuit will pass only the signals that have frequency above 2122 Hz. The signals which have the frequency below 2122 Hz will be filtered from entering into the FM modulator circuit. By doing this, the low frequency noise can be suppressed from entering into the FM modulator circuit. This high pass filter has a time constant equal to 75 microseconds. Any combination of resistance and capacitance which give a time constant of 75 microseconds can be used to construct this high pass filter. This high pass filter will amplify the incoming high frequency modulating signals. As the frequency of the incoming modulating signal increases above 2122 Hz, the amplification provided by this high pass filter will also increase. It means for signals which have the frequency 2122 Hz, this circuit provides lower amplification. As the frequency of the incoming modulating signal increases above this value, the amplification provided by this high pass filter will also increase. This high pass filter provides the amplification at the rate of 6 decibel per octave. This is shown in this curve. As the frequency of the incoming modulating signal increases above 2122 Hz, this high pass filter circuit will provide the amplification at the rate of 6 decibel per octave. The amplified signal is then applied to the frequency modulator circuit in order to generate the FM wave. This high pass filter will help to remove the effect of noise on the modulating signal which is used to perform the frequency modulation in the FM modulator circuit. Now consider the de-emphasis circuit. Figure 2 shows the de-emphasis circuit. The de-emphasis circuit is placed at the output of the FM demodulator circuit. This de-emphasis circuit is a RC low-pass filter circuit. First, the FM wave is demodulated using the FM demodulator circuit. This demodulation process generates the modulating signal. The modulating signal at the output of this demodulator still has the amplification. This amplification was provided to the modulating signal by using the pre-emphasis circuit in the FM transmitter. Hence, in order to remove this amplification, we should use the de-emphasis circuit. This de-emphasis circuit will help to attenuate the amplification present in the output of the FM demodulator circuit. De-emphasis circuit is a low-pass filter constructed using simple resistance and capacitance. The time constant of this de-emphasis circuit is equal to 75 microseconds. Any combination of resistance and capacitance which provide a time constant of 75 microseconds can be used to construct this low pass filter circuit. This low pass filter has a cutoff frequency of 2122 Hz. The modulating signals which have a frequency higher than 2122 Hz are linearly attenuated by this low pass filter circuit. As the frequency of the modulating signal increases above 2122 Hz, the attenuation provided by this low pass filter will also increase. and this attenuation is done at the rate of 6 decibel per octave. This is the same rate using which the amplification of the modulating signal was done in the pre-emphasis circuit. Hence, the de-emphasis circuit is nothing but it is a simple RC low-pass filter circuit. This circuit is used to remove the amplification of high-frequency modulating signals. This low-pass filter has a time constant of 75 microseconds and cutoff frequency of 2122 Hz. The signals which have the frequency above 2122 Hz are linearly attenuated at the rate of 6 decibel per octave. This de-emphasis circuit is placed at the output of the FM demodulator circuit. Figure 3 shows the combined frequency response curve for the pre-emphasis and de-emphasis circuits. The pre-emphasis is done for signals which have frequency above 2.123 kHz. The amplification of the signals is carried out in the pre-emphasis circuit, and the attenuation of the signals will be carried out in the de-emphasis circuit. Hence, the effect of pre-emphasis can be removed by using the de-emphasis network. Differences between amplitude modulation and frequency modulation. In amplitude modulation, the amplitude of the carrier will be varied in accordance with the instantaneous values of the modulating signal. In frequency modulation, the frequency of the carrier will be varied in accordance with the instantaneous values of the modulating signal. The AM wave consists of only three frequencies, that is carrier frequency and two sideband frequencies. But FM wave consists of a carrier frequency and an infinite number of sidebands are generated in the FM wave. The AM wave has less bandwidth, but the FM wave has more bandwidth. Operation of the AM transmitter and receiver is simple and the construction is very cheap. But the FM transmitter and receiver are complex in construction and they are costly. The service area covered by amplitude modulation is more compared with the service area covered by the frequency modulation. In frequency modulation, the service area is limited to the line of sight range. The frequency reuse concept is not possible to use in amplitude modulation, but the frequency reuse concept can be used in the frequency modulation. The maximum amount of power is wasted in the carrier in the amplitude modulation, but in frequency modulation the complete transmitted power is useful. Signal to noise ratio is very less in amplitude modulation. In FM the signal to noise ratio is very large. Amplitude modulation suffers from more interference from the noise, but the less interference is observed in frequency modulation. Amplitude modulation results in noisy reception, but the frequency modulation has less effect of noise and results into noiseless reception. The fidelity of amplitude modulation is poor. Fidelity means the ability of the AM receiver to regenerate the modulating signal over a wide range of frequencies. In amplitude modulation, it is not possible to regenerate the modulating signal over a wide range of frequency. But in frequency modulation, the modulating signal can be generated over a wide range of frequencies. Hence, the fidelity of the amplitude demodulator is poor and the fidelity of the frequency demodulator is better. Amplitude modulation process uses ground and sky wave propagation methods for the propagation of the AM wave. In FM wave, we make use of the space wave propagation. AM transmitters and receivers operate in the medium frequency and high frequency range. The FM transmitters and receivers operate in the very high frequency and ultra high frequency ranges. Now consider multiple choice questions. First question, a pre-emphasis is usually a options are A. High pass filter, B. Band stop filter, C. Low pass filter, D. Band pass filter. We know that pre-emphasis circuit is a high pass filter circuit. Answer for this question is A. High pass filter. Second question, a de-emphasis is usually a options are A. High pass filter, B. Band stop filter, C. Low pass filter, D. Band pass filter. We know that a de-emphasis circuit is a low pass filter circuit. The answer for this question is C. Low pass filter. Third question, pre-emphasis circuit boost what modulating frequencies before modulation? Options A. High frequencies, B. Mid-range frequencies, C. Low frequencies, D. All of the above. The pre-emphasis circuit boost the frequencies above 2122 Hz. These frequencies are considered as the high frequencies. The answer for this question is A. High frequencies. Fourth question. Pre-emphasis is compensated for the receiver by A. Options A. Phase inverter, B. Band pass filter, C. High pass filter, D. Low pass filter. The effect of pre-emphasis is compensated in the receiver by using the de-emphasis circuit. The de-emphasis circuit is constructed using a low-pass filter circuit. The answer for this question is D. Low-pass filter. Fifth question. The cutoff frequency of pre-emphasis and de-emphasis circuits is options A 1 kHz, B 2.122 kHz, C 5 kHz, D 75 kHz. We know that the pre-emphasis and de-emphasis circuits have a cutoff frequency of 2.122 kHz. The answer for this question is B 2.122 kHz. Sixth question. Pre-emphasis is done. Options A for boosting of modulating signal voltage, B for modulating signals at higher frequencies, C in FM before modulation, D all of the above. The pre-emphasis is boosting of the modulating signals, and also the boosting is done for the signals at higher frequencies. This pre-emphasis is done before the frequency modulation circuit. Hence, the answer for this question is D all of the above. Seventh question, de-emphasis is options A is restoring of original signal power, B is done at the detector output of the receiver, C is the inverse process of pre-emphasis. The de-emphasis is used to restore the original signal power. It is done at the output of the detector circuit, and also it is the inverse process of the pre-emphasis. Hence, the answer for this question is D, all of the above. Eighth question, pre-emphasis is done before options A, before modulation, B, before transmission, C, before detection at receiver, D, after detection at receiver. The pre-emphasis is done before performing the frequency modulation. The answer for this question is A, before modulation. Ninth question. The use of pre-emphasis and de-emphasis in an FM system improves the noise performance over options A, the entire frequency range, B. Lower frequency range. C. Higher frequency range. D. Medium frequency range. The use of pre-emphasis and de-emphasis will improve the noise performance over the higher frequency range. The answer for this question is C. Higher frequency range. This completes session 6 presentation of unit 6 frequency modulation and demodulation. In this session, we considered the concept of pre-emphasis, de-emphasis, and we listed out the differences between amplitude modulation and the frequency modulation. In session 7, we consider the concept of phase modulation, indirect FM, and differences between phase modulation and the frequency modulation. Thank you everyone.